Doris Humphrey, being presented by Kaylin McAllister.
Yes, I'm sitting in a chair teaching dance, and I've heard the taunts, those who can't do, teach. But I haven't always been like this, stuck in a chair. And I can still share my love of movement and dance with my students through new choreography that makes the heart sing. What better place to be, or students to teach, than here at Juilliard? Most of my students have never seen me dance, so I often get asked, how did you get here? The simple answer is that everyone's journey is different. The long answer begins in Chicago, Illinois, where I was born in October of 1895. My parents didn't have much money, but they worked hard to send me to school. It was of the utmost importance to them, and my mother, who was a pianist, taught me as much as she could about music. I attended the Francis Parker School and was one of the first to graduate in 1913. Around this time, everyone was asking or being asked what they wanted to do with their journey. My answer was short and simple. I planned to be a dancer. Some laughed. Others awed at the idea of me going to unknown places and dancing for mere strangers. In pursuit of this goal, I went to New York. Sadly, my goal was reached and I was ready to reach higher after less than a year. I returned home and my mother and I started the Humphrey School of Dance. I taught ballroom while she played her piano. And though I loved the joys of teaching, after 4 years, I decided I was ready for a change. In my short journey between places, I learned something very valuable. Their movement has the power to impinge upon the nerves with a strength that is incomparable. Movement has power to stir emotions and senses unique in itself. In my early 20s, I found myself dancing with Dineshon Company. I became a prima, a teacher, and a co-choreographer with St. Denis. After a decade with Dineshon touring America and the Orient, I decided I was ready for a change. And sadly, I would no longer be with St. Denis or her company. After I left, 2 of my good friends, Charles Weidman and Pauline Lawrence, and I got together and started the Humphrey Weidman Company. At age 33, I made my first real piece of art, Water Study. And less than a year later, Life of the Bee. And though we all loved the company, and though we knew our jobs were hard, inspiring people was the most important job that I ever had. And I heard people teasing me, saying that I choreographed dances before composing the music, and that was just unheard of. But that's how I felt about music and dancing, that it should be all you, not just the music, not just what you hear. I married Charles Woodford and had a son. They both joined us at the company, and they loved it, which made my job even more important. We decided to disband the Humphrey and Weidman Company in 1944, not long after I turned 49. I settled down at Benedict College, where I became a founder, a teacher, and a choreographer at Juilliard. Though I loved this job, as all my others, it's time for me to go. 1958, age 63, I died. But only a year later, the book that I had been slaving over for 30 years was published and out for the public to read. I couldn't be more happy with the journey that I lived. And I am extremely excited that there are people interested now today that want to know more about my role in developing modern dance.